Wait Genowit, Andrea Boyce, te Eskin, te Secwepemc. Hello, my name is Andrea Boyce, and I am from the community of Broken Rock, which in settler language is the community of the Cannon Lake Band in the northern Secwepemc Nation. I am an educator with the Secwepemc program from the BC Centre for Disease Control. Today I'm going to speak to you a little about sex positivity and what I think that means to me. As an Indigenous person, sex positivity is your whole being. I believe that sex positivity is a part of your spirit. It's a part of your identity. It's a part of who you are as a person. So for me, sex positivity means reclaiming our cultures and traditions and our traditional ways of being. We always have to look back at the things that have impacted Indigenous people because those things have impacted individuals, families, and communities. When we were very first put onto a reserve system, the roles of our men were taken away. So a man in our community was a protector and a provider of food and a provider of safety within our communities, and those men had healthy relationships with women. And you take a man's role as a traditional hereditary chief and make him into a being that just lives on the reserve, the society will have irreversible harms done to those individuals and families. And those impacts, even loss of language and loss of family ties through residential school. So you're separating mothers from children and fathers from children and grandparents. So the identity of these children become assimilated into the Western ways of thinking. When Indigenous people had oral history, our history was shared orally. Our rites of passage into becoming men and becoming women were passed on from the grandparents and the elders within the communities. Women, they taught their daughters about moon times and they taught their daughters about their bodies. And they were both, the male and female role and their two-spirit role were taught the sacredness of their bodies and the act of sex. So the impacts are loss of language, loss of culture, loss of traditions, and even our loss of tie to the land. And those things impact our day-to-day lives today as Indigenous people because many have not had that honor of the rites of passage of becoming a young man or becoming a young woman or even the ties to your family, who you are. Sex positivity, it's our spirit. It's our whole being, and we need to take control of our own destiny and how we move forward from all of these things. And by doing that, we can rebuild our relationships, our sexual relationships, our relationships with our families and our children, and how we speak about our bodies, and how we speak about sex.